What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are on a fantastic day today. And today we have the October 2020 Reno-Tahoe International Airport update for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. If you guys are, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on the notification bell so you guys never miss out on any content to come. Today we have a massive Reno update. This is the biggest one in a super long time. We have 10 new models, and for a mid-sized airport, that is pretty ridiculous. That is normal. That is what would be even considered good for new Dallas and Phoenix updates. But I'm really excited to get into this one. We have a lot to go over today. So we are going to begin. So we have this beautiful Southwest Airlines lineup, including 2 new models. I could have had Florida one and made it 3, but you know, these 800s aren't going to be able to be utilized all the time compared to the 700s, so I thought it would be nice to show off the new 800s since we have that ability. So in the very back there, we have a Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700 in the Canyon Blue paint scheme. He just arrived in from Las Vegas, Nevada, and he's going to be heading out to Phoenix Sky Harbor. In the middle, we have the brand new, still NG models, Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-800 with the normal winglets. That's a really nice model. I highly recommend getting it if you haven't already. He's going to be heading out to Oakland, California, and he also arrived in from Las Vegas. Southwest is still doing their only 5 flights at the current time, or 5 destinations rather. They have like I don't know, 15 flights or so kind of unfortunate, but Oakland and Las Vegas for him as well. And then in the front we have the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the new livery, the 3rd production with the fixed landing gear. It's a beautiful aircraft, as you can tell right there. He's driving in from Los Angeles, California, and he's going to be heading out to Denver, Colorado, or Mile High Aviation's airport. So if you want a subscriber out, go put it in the Google form, make sure it's realistic and it follows the criteria that you need, and you'll be ready to go. Right here we have the JetBlue Airways Airbus A320 in the I Heart New York paint scheme. He's driving in from New York, John F. Kennedy, and he's going to be heading back out there shortly. Taxiing over to the cargo concourse, right here we have the FedEx Express Boeing 767-300 freighter. He just arrived in from Memphis, and he's going to be heading back out there. Man, it is super nice to finally have this aircraft in the updates. I knew I hyped it up for Reno a lot, and it's finally here. It's right here. We have a side-lit Delta Airlines Boeing 737-800 in SkyTeam livery by NG models. Absolutely gorgeous. They did such a good job. I know there's that gloss, but besides that, man, especially in different lighting conditions, it comes out super nice. But I mean, I love it. Such a nice model. It's in the unboxing video 14. So if you want to go check it out, you're more than welcome to. But 737-800 in SkyTeam livery. Just tried it in from Salt Lake City. He's going to be heading back out there. 737-800 in the morning, a midday flight in the 175, and then 737-900 comes in the evening. Absolutely gorgeous. Talking about bittersweet right here. Right here with the JetBlue Airways Airbus A320 in the Blueberries tail. He just arrived in from Long Beach, California. That will be the final time I'll be able to do that in a Reno update, as they have completely moved operations over to Los Angeles, where this guy will be heading out to, where Aviation's at 04's airport for Long Beach. Super sad. The final Long Beach JetBlue flight was from Salt Lake City to Long Beach, and it was on Airbus A320 in the Tail, I believe. It's super sad. I'm gonna really miss Long Beach with the air stairs, and it was a really cool, neat airport for JetBlue to be at. But we are moving into the Los Angeles era, so that is exciting with all the new expansions. So he arrived in from Long Beach, and he's going to be fittingly heading out to Los Angeles. Long live Long Beach JetBlue. It's very sad, but I am really excited to see what the future holds for JetBlue at Los Angeles, and I'm really glad the route has been transferred over. Speaking of such, both the JetBlue route from New York and now Los Angeles, not Long Beach, but Los Angeles, have been running on the New York flight's been on a 2-a-week schedule on Monday and Friday, and the Reno flights I think have been 4 times a week, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, or something in the realms of that. But really sad on Long Beach. I'm gonna miss it dearly. But arriving from Long Beach heading out to Los Angeles. All right here we do have 2 new models, kind of. One you can consider, or both of them are duplicates, but I'm not sure which one's which for the 319, as you can tell. So we have a beautiful new livery United lineup. I'm really glad that I'm able to do these lineups between old and new livery combos. It's super nice, I feel like. And it's going to be awesome to see how that develops over the repainting course. But as you can see right here, we do have 3 United aircraft. We'll start in the very back, far down there at gate C2. In the very back, we have United Express Embraer ERJ-175 in the new paint scheme. He just arrived in from San Francisco, and he's going to be heading back out there. And then in the middle, we have the United Express Embraer ERJ-175, also new livery, new model. He just arrived in from Los Angeles, and he's going to be heading back out there. Very simple. They have their morning flights on the Sierra Day 200s for both flights, and then they have the evening flights on the Embraer 175s for both flights. So made it very simplistic for us to be able to follow. Really hope for some variety though, but still super nice to have both ththose RGs in there. And then gate C6 or C6, C8, I'm kind of a gate short on this replica. We have the United Airlines A319. There it is, in the new paint scheme. He just arrived in from Denver and he's gonna be heading back out there. Early flight in the day is a 320, and then the late flight is a 319. Super nice lineup. I really want a new livery, 320, that's good. I did sell the Aero Classics one, so I'm gonna be very eager for probably Gemini gets to make that, and hopefully they knock it out of the park. If they do what they did on this 319 and not mess up the color, it's gonna be something to remember. I'm super excited for that. And right here we have another new model, just like the Delta Sky team. I talked about this one quite a bit for Reno, and it is finally here. Right here we have the American Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the new livery. This one is by, or current livery, it's not new. In the current livery, this one is by NG Models. The color is a lot closer. I don't know why I was so skeptical on it in the beginning, but man, it is super, super good in the appropriate lighting situations. I'm really glad to have it. I'll just talk about it right now. NG Models announced their October releases. I was just making sure that it's kind of different now. But they announced the October releases, and they did the re-release of the United 737-800, so I'm super excited to get that. I really wanted a good one, and this is kind of what I was talking about here. I hope they do it with the American that had the fixed landing gear, because I think about 2020 on the dot, late 2019, they changed the landing gear to fix it to where it was level, just like that Southwest one, and then they fixed the split mold in April-ish. So they fixed that, and this model has the tall landing gear, so I would really like one with the lower landing gear. Same thing for United was my Illusion, because that had tall landing gear on the first one, but the second one's gonna be fixed, so I'm super excited about that. Anyways, American Airlines has changed up their scheduling a little bit. Pretty much all that's happened is, I'll talk about the Phoenix around in a minute, but Chicago and Dallas have pretty much swapped. So Chicago's a one daily 737 now, and then Dallas has the 319s, which I'm very surprised about, which we'll talk about that in a minute. But yes, this guy's actually heading out to Chicago O'Hare, which is very interesting. They haven't done 737s on this route since pre-pandemic kind of times. So very interesting, but they pretty much just upgraded from the 319 to the 737 on that 10:30 p.m. flight. So we have American Airlines 737-800. Might as well just zoom in because it'll look cool. There it is. Sorry for not cutting the video right there. But anyways, he just arrived in from Chicago O'Hare, getting the bags deloaded, and he's going to be heading back out there in the morning. All right here we have the Allegiant Airlines A319 Fantasy Shotcut model. He just arrived in from Las Vegas, and he's going to be heading back out there as well. Really want to get an old one because I doubt they're going to repaint those for a while, but I guess this one will have to do. I would put in the 320s, but obviously they're not flying the 320s, and I do have a fancy 319, so I suppose it will do. And here are two more new models. We have two Airlines A319s in the heritage liveries. These have the US Airways titles, but I will use them as American. Only have America West, and that's it. And then I'll have all the special liveries. So I'm probably just going to go pick up one of the old ones. I would love them to make a new one with the IAE mold, but we'll make do with what we have. These two are CFM, so I'm probably going to stick with these. They are very nice aircraft, and I'm really glad to have them in the collection. So we will begin with the Piedmont. Okay, so right here we have the American Airlines A319, the Piedmont Retro Heritage Paint Scheme with US Airways titles. I won't really get at that very much. Just I don't think it looks very good when I do the paper over it, so I just decided to leave it with the US Airways. Anyways, he just arrived in from Phoenix Sky Harbor, and he's going to be making that turnaround. It's been a couple CRD 900s on top of the 319, so not bad, especially pandemic kind of times. But I'll be eager to see how that route does, because it's kind of a hybrid between business and leisure travel, I would feel like. So I'm really eager to see how that does in these new kind of travel environment kind of times. So very eager to see how that does, but we'll get on to the next aircraft. Right here we have the American Airlines A319, this time the PSA Heritage Paint Scheme. This one right behind America West. They're probably tied for me as my favorite, but I know the gate's covering up, but we have to respect that smile right there. That thing is absolutely gorgeous. If you can find one, you are almost dumb for not buying it. It is super nice, if you can, obviously. But right here we have the American Airlines A319 PSA Heritage Retro Paint Scheme. He is heading out to Dallas-Fort Worth. That was the last equipment change I would have expected, is the 319 out to Dallas from Reno. Number one, that's honestly quite a long flight for the 319. I want to say that's pushing 3 hours. It's probably about 2:45 or 2.5, depending on wind situations. It's a long flight, so I'm really surprised. They've done it to Palm Springs and Jackson Hole and a couple other places, or Savannah. So I guess it's not the most shocking, but sometimes you forget that the 319 has this much range. So I just thought it was super interesting. But the 737 I thought was a better fit for the route. But I mean, hey, rotation is rotation. We can't take it for granted. They don't really do 737s to Dallas anymore at the current time. It's been just the 319 like 4 or 5 times a day, which is very, very interesting. But yes, he is making that Dallas-Fort Worth turn. Super exciting though, and I'm really glad to finally have these 319s for rotation. We're going to just cop America West now, and we're going to call it a day there because that America West is super nice. So eager to see how that goes, but we will proceed on to the next aircraft. Indeed, it is another new one. Right here we have the Volaris Airlines A320 with the fence tips. He's pushing back, serves out the Guadalajara. It has been a mix between 320s and 320 Neos, just the 320 variant in general. So if I had the Shotcut one by AC, I could do all kinds of rotation. But what I really want to do, obviously the Cabo project, it's going to be essential to do so. I really wish somebody would make a 320 Neo with the purple engines. I would die for that. I would even take the Gemini one. As long as they got the purple right, that would just be amazing. But I'm thinking about getting the 321 AC with the purple engines because that's just a beautiful aircraft. Gemini's probably not going to do it in the 1:400 scale, so there goes that hope. But I really do want the Aero Classic 320 with Shotcuts until somebody does it. It would be an ideal model for Phoenix or somebody to do. But I guess we'll live with the 320 fence tip. But if you guys come across any good Volaris bills or have any, I would definitely be interested. So please let me know. But 320 out to Guadalajara. And right here we have our Alaska section. We have in the front a new model as well. This is the Alaska Airlines Bombardier Q400. This time in the retro paint scheme, otherwise referred to as Meatball, obviously because of the tail. This model kind of did come obliterated, or not obliterated, but it came with some, definitely had its fair share of damage. So besides that nose wheel, the rest of it's pretty much fixed, still tail heavy, but making do with what we have. It doesn't look too bad. He's going to be heading out to Portland after all from Seattle. It's been mainly the E175 ops here, but I want to get that new model in. They are doing a daily flight to both destinations, so I thought it would be good. The rest of them are about 2 or 3 daily to the other, or those are destinations respectively. And then pushed back, we have the Alaska Airlines E175. He is heading out to Seattle, and he arrived in from Portland. So just a little vice versa turn action right there to see. So very nice stuff indeed. Right here we have the Frontier Airlines A320 Neo. This is Cara, the Bighorn Sheep, if he would at least stay in the same frame. So excited to upgrade my camera equipment. I'll talk about that a little towards the end. Anyways, he arrived in from Denver earlier, and he's heading out to Las Vegas. No real changes there, just a nice flight in general, and I'm glad to see Frontier still going strong through these tough times. Right here with the FedEx Express Boeing 757-200, as Reno has a large presence for cargo operations. He arrived in from Las Vegas, and he's heading out to Oakland today. They also fly flights to Boise on 757 as of right now. Man, it's finally here. This has been a key element I've been talking about for a long time, and I'm really glad to get to represent it. As right here, we had the DHL Airlines Boeing 737-800 freighter. He arrived in from Phoenix Sky Harbor, and he's going to be heading out to Los Angeles today. Such a cool flight. I believe those are pretty much the only 3 destinations I know off the top of my head for DHL in the United States on the 737-800. This particular registration, November 916 Sierra Charlie, I think it may be the only one, as I've seen it pretty much every time I've looked at Reno, Phoenix, and Los Angeles' flights for the aircraft. But I know DHL has some 734s as well, but I think those are in the Midwest region for the most part, Cincinnati type area. But it's really cool to finally get to represent this aircraft. This is a key element that I really want to represent for a long time. It's been like the only key thing I've been missing for Reno is, I think they may have some aero flight, but oh yeah, I will talk about it at the end, but JSX is also now flying to Reno. I was very surprised by that. I'm not sure what the deal is, but I'll talk about that in a moment. But really cool to finally have DHL here on the appropriate aircraft. This is literally what you'd see right here. And my new air stairs, and let me just give you guys a little deal. I'm sorry for taking it off the tripod, probably could have moved it, but my air stairs and new cargo loaders are looking really good over here, so I'm really glad to finally represent that in the proper fashion. All right, 2 UPS aircraft to finish off the update. We have the Boeing 757-200. He arrived in from Boeing Painfield, and he's heading out to Jackson, Mississippi. That's a long flight. I did figure out it is Mississippi, so that's pretty crazy. They also do Oakland 757. Then in the back, we have the Airbus A300. They do quite a few routes in the A300, usually about 2 a day, but we'll say Oakland and Sacramento MHR. I'm not sure what the second word for that airport is. I'm sure there is one, but Sacramento Cargo Air, or Sacramento UPS Airport. I don't think anybody else flies there. A300 also includes Denver, Ontario, and Louisville. But that will do it for the update. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We do have quite a few things to talk about real quick, so I will talk about those. JSX is flying. They're doing some flights. I think Burbank was one. They may have had Phoenix at some point, so that is absolutely crazy that JSX is here. I'm not sure where they park, how they park, and all that kind of stuff. So if anybody knows, please let me know. I may try to throw back my other aircraft, my United 145, to represent that. And then as for camera equipment, I know you guys probably, like, let me try to readjust it. Where you guys see that the camera moves, just, there you go right there. So I'm going to be doing a lot, so I know we're on the camcorder right now. I'm going to be changing back over to the DSLR like the old days, but this is going to be in a lot better fashion. So we're going to have tripod just like this, but I'm going to have a microphone, and I'm thinking about doing some soundproof on the walls maybe, probably Albuquerque especially because that's such a tight spot, but a microphone, a really good one external. I'm not sure if it's going to be through shotgun backwards or something, or I'll probably do it just wired on like the clip on your shirt type deal, like the interview type microphone. So I'm excited about that. And just really, and the new tripod, and then the new lens. I need a new lens to do it, obviously, because it's the focus type, or sorry, it's really inconvenient to do the 1855 and 75-300 interchange all the time, especially for the type of range that these some of these shots are at. Some of them are in that 50-75 range. It would be really nice to just have one compact lens. I really need it for spotting in the Skylink, so that's going to be a really good investment. So then back over to the DSLR, the Mega will be fixed, and on top of that, it'll just going to look so much better. DSLRs are more so made for, or the DSLR, or sorry, professional video is more so done on DSLR than $200 camcorders. So it's finally time to get that investment going. Hopefully we'll have that ready to go by 2021, but hopefully earlier. We'll just have to see. But I'm for sure going to be doing that by the end of this year, so I'm super excited to do that. So I do have a couple more things to talk about real quick. I hope you guys enjoyed the update. It was pretty big. There was a lot to go over, so really good stuff there, and I'm really glad that Reno has progressed super well during these tough times. So we do have that going, and on top of that, we'll have a Tulsa update coming soon, and then massive unboxing number 11. I think the Gemini jets are taking quite a while to get to the retailers, so currently I'm waiting on that, and then we'll do that, and then maybe a comparison. But besides that, we do have our Dallas, Orange County, and then Phoenix will be back before we know it, and then lots of great stuff coming. We'll have some one-offs and plan to go to the airport during my fall break, so we'll have that going and everything like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the update. Really good one, guys. Was really glad to throw all these new models in and lots of key elements. JetBlue Long Beach, getting the DHL in now. American Airlines' changes and all that sort of thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought, and definitely take care, guys. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. But my name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.